Action.
Welcome to Off Camera, the UC Film Society show all about movies. I'm Cam,
I'm Jake.
And I'm Ella.
and we'll be your directors for this episode. So this episode, we thought we'd do more of a game show style to catch up on kind of what we missed, but also just make sure, reinforce our memories for the films that we apparently know a lot about.
We do.
We do know a lot. But we'll start with recent watching and then do a couple games and do just a little bit of movie news because there's a little bit we missed from last week. But yeah, Jake, you want to tell us what you watched recently?
Yeah, I watched Fargo, the Coen brothers film, one of my favorite films, crime thriller, really, really well written and really well acted. I love this movie. I watched David Fincher's Panic Room, which is a really exciting thriller, all set in one house, one panic room. Got a great cast, really well shot, really good use of space and location, and I love David Fincher. I watched The Virgin Suicide, Sofia Coppola's debut film. Really, really liked it. I really like Sofia Coppola in her films. Kirsten Dunst is great in this. Josh Hartnett's great in this, who was great in Trap and Oppenheimer, an actor I really like, and it was fun to see him in a very young age in this movie. And yeah, I really like that. Then I went on Alien binge. I watched Alien 3, David Fincher's debut film. He's a director I love, but this film is not good. Clearly troubled by production. And yeah, it faltered. And then I went to the theater and I saw the new film, Alien Romulus. I really, really liked it, but I have a lot of notes. There was a lot of things that I totally disagreed with. Really hated some certain choices, and it could have been a lot better. So I was a little bit disappointed, but I still really liked it. Then I watched Alien Resurrection, which is like the latest film in the Alien timeline.
Oh, so you watched them in timeline order, not...
I'm just kind of jumping around.
Oh.
I wanted to see Romulus this weekend.
Okay.
So Alien Resurrection sucks. Such a bad movie. I hated it so much. So yeah, I'm going to move on from that. And then I watched Prometheus, which is like the first of the prequel Alien films directed by Ridley Scott, who directed the first one. Prometheus is one of my new favorite movies. It's so good. I love it so much. It's top tier sci-fi. Looks great. Great cast. Really exciting. Really, really horrific too. And I'm going to watch the sequel to that, Alien Covenant, tonight. And then I'll be done with the Alien franchise.
Nice.
But that's what I watched.
And you'll be able to give us a series overview.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool.
It's one of my favorite franchises. I love those movies.
Cool.
Even though there's some bad movies in it. With every franchise.
Star Wars, Marvel,
Yeah.
all franchises. Nothing's perfect.
No.
No.
This week I watched Order of the Phoenix. I thought I'd try a Harry Potter marathon and then didn't. So I just watched Order of the Phoenix, which is still a really good movie.
One of the best ones.
Yeah, everything from like 3 to the end is like
really good.
I really like. I won't go back and watch 1 and 2.
I'm not a huge fan of Half-Blood Prince.
Really?
Yeah, that's probably like my bottom 2.
Why?
Bottom 3. I don't know. I really like the story. I just think like it's not memorable to me.
Oh, yeah,
Wow,
fair enough.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's
That's
pretty
interesting.
memorable. There's a lot of really important moments there.
It really sets up the last two.
I mean,
films.
yeah,
It does.
the ending is really good.
The ending's
whole
amazing.
Ending bit, just like the beginning and middle.
Do you think it's
kinda
just
forgettable.
the plot and how they did it? Or is it just...
I don't know. I just think I prefer all the other stories more.
it might have felt rushed. I do feel like in Half-Blood Prince it was a bit rushed.
It was like a bit too dark for me.
Yeah.
Like,
But the Order of the Phoenix...
Harry Potter is meant to be a little
But
bit.
No,
Order of the Phoenix really set it all up.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. But Order of
the
the
end.
Phoenix and like the darker movie that I like, they kind of have a balance to them.
Yeah.
And I don't find any balance in Half-Blood Prince. I find it goes...
It's meant to be like it's like Revenge of the Sith, It's the downfall and then there's
Of
the
everything.
war.
Yeah.
Everything that has been culminating for the past couple of movies is like
Yeah.
now it's finally.
But I do get what you're talking about as well, because but that's it. I personally have never heard anyone say that they have not liked that movie.
I like all the Harry
not
Potter
liked
movies.
it as much.
Yeah,
That's what.
that's like at their
not-
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Well, I'll go next, I guess. Oh wait, I am
You
still going. What am I saying? So I also watched as part of reviewing movies, Whiplash, which I thought was really good.
Great movie.
Good movie.
Very good movie. I think it's like your stereotypical film bro kind
Like,
of movie though.
Yeah.
But
Every
I like
film
it.
student's seen it. Every film
Yeah.
student's studied it.
But that's
It's-
because it's such a good movie.
It's very aspirational too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like as a band kid, I was sitting there, and previous band kid, done it before, but when he came into when it's like the first practice and J.K. Simmons comes in, I was like, oh no, I've done this before. This is scary. I'm not
His
keen.
presence in that movie is insane. Like
It's
when he walks on
amazing.
screen, you just like.
It's like you can tell he's there.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, really good movie. I would highly recommend it. And then finally, I watched The Holdovers,
Amazing movie.
which I thought it was pretty good. Nothing like I'm glad it didn't hit like what I was expecting. I was expecting like a bit of a tragic ending,
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
like more tragic than what it actually ended up being.
Yeah.
And it's not really tragic to begin.
There's some
At all.
tragedy
There's a little bit.
outside the movie, like before the events
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
movie, and that you kind of hear about it. So
Mhm.
I think it's a really simple but a really, really effective film.
Yeah, I really liked it. I gave it 4.5, and yeah,
Pretty good.
would definitely recommend. Ella's falling
what
asleep.
I've been watching, so I'm falling asleep in the corner.
Mm.
I watched the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which has put me
Mhm.
off movies a bit.
Uh,
It's put me off mainly animated films.
Yeah.
That
children's
have
animated
Chris
films.
Pratt in it.
Yeah. He's a problem.
He's the
He's
issue.
a problem.
I feel like half of the cast is the issue.
Apart from Jack Black. Jack Black, best part.
Yeah,
He's so good.
at least he put on like an accent. He tried to. Yeah, if you notice at the start, he's a lot like darker, and then eventually it gets lost somewhere.
I also really like Charlie Day as Luigi.
Yeah,
I'm a big
but
Charlie
but
Day,
the
that's pretty
rest
good.
of the cast, I was kind of like, this is just a money grab.
Yeah, it's very goofy.
Aren't all movies a money grab?
They all are.
Mm,
But before that, I also watched Eddie the Eagle.
Very good movie.
Good movie, great story, great true story. It kind of
Very
just
good.
shows that anyone can get to the Olympics, but I wouldn't necessarily say it now.
For
No
those of you
hate,
who
no
don't
hate,
know,
no.
Google
clearly anybody can.
Clearly anybody can.
Australian Olympics breakdancing.
Yeah. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying she's a bad person, but there's a lot that has come out that's saying that it's just there's been something that has been going on. A little something. And then I've also watched Practical Magic, which has Nicole Kidman in, an Australian actress. It came out in 1998.
Is it an Australian film?
No.
Mm.
No. I don't think it's a children's film, but I watched it as a child, so I was rewatching it and I realized that it's got some really dark themes.
You didn't clock it when you were a kid, though. Doesn't matter.
No, I was kind of like, this is so cool. Witches and gardens and stuff. And now I'm like, ooh, who let me watch this? But yeah, it's kind of all I've been watching. Other than that, it's like rewatching like old films that I haven't seen in ages. Like I rewatched Harry Potter as well with my mum, but we started from the first film and we got to the 6th and then we went, we can't finish the last 2 at the moment. Next
How
time.
do you stop at the
Oh.
6th?
How did we start?
Did you do it? Was it in a day, though?
It was in a day.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
impressive.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I
Never
usually
mind. I couldn't do that.
my one of my friends and I, we do start of the day. She'll come over in the morning. We watch the first one and we get to about like maybe the part 1, Deathly Hallows part 1 at the
Mm.
end of the day.
That's very impressive.
That's
I
pretty
love
good.
Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Yeah, commitment.
See, I couldn't do that. I did it with the Cars movies. And
I
would
but there's-
highly recommend
a
Yes,
Cars
a
marathon.
Cars movie marathon. I will
But-
do that.
with alcohol, because the further you get into it, the more drunk you get. But then also, the worse the movies get. So
They're-
it kind
they're already
of
pretty bad.
levels it out, you know?
First one is amazing.
Actually,
The
to be
first one's
fair,
great.
The
the
first
third
one
one
is
The second one?
The third one. Did you like the third one?
second one is my favorite.
Second one is so cool.
Just insane.
I think it's the best. The second one is the
Just
best.
an insane
And then the
take.
third one is...
I think the third one is a fever dream for me. Like if you asked me what happened in it, I would have no clue.
I like the first one.
the first
I
one's
love the
pretty
first
good.
one.
I'm not saying I don't like it. I just preferred the second one.
Crazy.
And why is that?
Spies.
Because
come on.
Mater's
Spies.
Mater's not a main
Finn
character.
McMissile.
All I know is that in the
British
third one,
intelligence
Lewis
compared to
Hamilton's-
Mater with.
Isn't Lewis Hamilton in the third one?
He's in
Probably.
the second one and
Oh,
the
the
third
second
one.
and the third one. That's why.
There's also an Aussie driver in the second one that I forget the name of, but
Don't know.
he's there. He's famous.
He's famous.
Supposedly.
Okay.
Allegedly. Yeah, well, that's recent watching for this week.
Yeah.
Well, let's go into our first game. Well, not really a game, but pick your moment. So for this one, we've decided to do Inside Out 2. For those of you who don't know, pick your moment is if you had one handful of popcorn throughout a whole movie and you only had one chance to eat it, where would it be? Doesn't matter if it doesn't have to be the best moment in the film. Doesn't have to necessarily be your favorite, but a moment that you think is important, that you would eat that handful of popcorn. So, Jake, do you want to give us a quick rundown of Inside Out 2? I know we talked about it yesterday. Oh, not yesterday, last week. But
Yeah, it's a sequel to 2015's Inside Out. It's
Mm.
directed by Kelsey Mann, I believe, not Pete Docter, who directed the first one. But pretty much the same voice cast, more or less, for this one. Follows Riley, who's now 13, going through puberty and away at a sleepaway camp, and she gets some new emotions. And yeah, it's a really great film. I really liked it. I know you guys liked it too. Definitely one of my favorite Pixar films in a while, and
Mhm.
I'm glad this franchise has kept going. It's actually one of the rare franchises where I think it makes sense for it to keep going, rather than just, let's print more money.
yeah,
So yeah, it's a really
Mhm.
good movie.
very good movie.
Mm.
Well, Jake, do you want to go first? Or
Yeah, sure.
Someone else go? Yeah.
My moment is gonna be from the vault scene, and when they meet all the crazy characters like the video game guy and the
So
deep dark
good.
secret. I'm specifically gonna pick the moment when the video game character walks into the wall and has to go around because he's 2D and he can't obviously walk over the wall because he's a video game character. That was really clever and really funny, and I
Lance
really love that moment.
Blade.
Yeah, I don't even remember his name. I just remember what he looked like. I remember the voice.
Yeah.
And I found it really funny that Riley used to have a crush on him.
But I love that.
It's very
I love
cool.
that.
Yeah, no, it was great. It made a lot of sense, and it was a really fun moment, and really, really made me smile and laugh.
Mm.
Well, Ella, what's your
Okay,
scene?
I'll go
What's your
next.
favourite moment?
Mine is the final assessment hockey scene,
Mm.
kind of nearing the end of the film. Where if you haven't seen the film by now, first of all, what are you doing?
Spoilers.
So I am just gonna say it. Where the anxiety is becoming way too much, and she's panicking on the ice because Pixar is they're known for showcasing what they're learning or what they're working on and what they've been
animation.
in animation. In animation. And in Tony Red, they showcase lighting with food and making it look more realistic while still having it stylized to that animation look.
Speaking of Ratatouille re-release, please.
Yeah,
With
please
the new tech.
remastered.
Come on, guys. Maybe
But-
Wall-E as well while you're at it.
Bro,
Oh.
all these films would be great.
Yeah.
remastered.
Maybe not Toy Story. That's
Although
good as is.
it's part of
I
the
think.
That's
charm.
good as it
Um,
is. I don't want.
I agree.
Yeah. But they showcase stuff, and then in that scene where not only is Riley going through an anxiety attack and she's panicking, they're also still showcasing the lights, the ice, the elements, and how you can make elements look so real
Mm.
in animating. And it was such a stunning moment. I love animated movies, but every time I watch Pixar, I know I'm gonna get something really good because they are
They are-
hardworking
They are
animators.
the
They're
top of the tree.
the top.
And they always choose to do that by showing something new, like a new sport, like in example, hockey
Mm.
and Inside Out 2, or
Yeah.
new food or new environments. And I really like that. It's always pretty surprising and dynamic, and it's not just the same thing, even if the characters are the same
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
the stories are similar.
I just love how it's so it's still very animated Pixar
Mhm.
movie, but the lighting, the elements, they are so realistic.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. A lot of care was put into them.
Yeah.
And you can really tell.
Like Toy Story 4 is like that was the big jump.
That
Of,
well,
like-
yeah, that was the start of it.
Yeah.
The first scene in the rain.
It's a crazy impressive movie.
So good.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Pixar's not here to play.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
Finally, I guess my moment
Yeah, you
is I was gonna pick Jake's. Well, the one that Jake did, but I won't.
You can go first next time.
Okay, all right, I'll go first next time. My moment is when they first go down into I forget what it's called, when they go down into the lift and there's like all the strings of personality up to the roof, and it was very similar to what Ella's saying. It's so beautiful, and that the tiny lick of a school that was there, just the moment, amazing, and it was that little moment between joy and sadness, kind of reconciling from the last film.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, that's my moment. That's when I munch on that popcorn.
Good choice.
So before we get into our main games, do we want to talk a little bit about the movie news that we missed?
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of an upcoming release, but it's news that it's finally coming out in Australia. New film, I saw The TV Glow, directed by Jane Schoenburn, I think. Schoenburn. Really excited for this. It's been out in America for a while. It's a drama horror film produced by A24. It's coming out next week here in Australia, August 29th.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a lot of buzz about this. Visually stunning. It's a debut. Apparently it deals with some relevant themes for our generation. It's about two friends and trying to catch a late night TV show they used to watch or something like that. Apparently it's really like a nostalgic feeling, but it's also got some horror elements.
It's like early 2000s kind of style.
Yeah, it's gonna be I think it's gonna hit for our generation specifically because it's someone from our generation making it, and or at least a little bit before us. And yeah, A24 always puts out at the worst interesting movies. So.
And I love A24, so I know it's going to be good. I've only heard good stuff actually about this film. I haven't heard anything negative.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited.
It looks visually stunning.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for some of the visuals and colors and
love
lights.
The poster.
Yeah, the poster's great.
There's a lot of purple. I like the purple.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do
Purple's
a special
underrated.
episode about it.
Yeah, the cast looks amazing, like the cast choices and
I think it's gonna be worth talking about. It's not her debut film. I don't know if I said that, but that's my bad.
I think we should do a special episode on it.
Yeah, I feel like we should.
No.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Ella, didn't you say?
Yes, there's some other news. So
kind
on
of
Sunday, the 18th of August, the Logies happened. No one really tunes into the Logies.
No one cares except for 7 and 9.
Except for 7 and 9. But it is also a great chance for actual talent and entertainment, like film and TV in Australia, to also win awards that isn't Emmys or anything where we are fighting against bigger productions. So one of my favorite shows from Netflix, which is, I think it was a limited series, so it wasn't kind of everywhere, so it was in certain locations when it came out, won 5 awards at the Logies. They won Best Miniseries or Telemovie. They won...
Did you say what it was?
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's Voice Swallows Universe. It's an adaptation on Trent Dalton's best-selling autobiography. Oh, I can't say the word. My brain's... Yeah. Autobiography novel.
So close.
Yeah.
That has the same name. Sorry, my brain is shutting down. Set in the 1980s in Brisbane. It's a coming-of-age story. So they won the best miniseries or telemovie. Felix Cameron, a 15-year-old boy, won the best lead actor in a drama, and he also got the most popular new talent awards. Best supporting actor to Brian Brown, and they also got the best supporting actress, Sophie Wilde, who's also known for her, I wouldn't say debut, but her big role in Talk to Me.
She was so good in that
She was
movie.
amazing in that, and since then she's booked and busy.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, so the Boy Swallows Universe came home with 5 awards, which is amazing. And another great one is that Bluey won best children's program.
It did.
Let's go.
And
Deserves
I'm
it.
so happy.
Can it win next year as well?
Probably will.
Well, one big upset actually from the Logies is the most popular personality for the Gold Logie, which I think was robbed from Robert Irwin. Absolutely disappointed. I'm very, very sad to hear.
I think it was.
He
but
deserves it, you know?
why does he deserve it? Let's
'Cause he's awesome.
'Cause
I
he's
saw
awesome.
him earlier in the year at Australia Zoo, and he was very entertaining at the Croc Show, I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah.
I was entertained.
I will say when he's on stage, he acts a lot like Steve.
Yeah.
Irwin. Like it's very much.
Yeah.
He's very much the same as his dad, and I think that's what I liked when I was watching it with him and Hamish. It was an interesting duo to see on stage. when they announced the awards.
Mm.
Very interesting. But yeah, I'm sad that he didn't get it, but I'm also
Yeah.
like, I'm not shocked.
It was Larry Emder, for those who don't know. He does The Chase,
Yes.
which
He's
is
very
Are
very.
we
loved.
He's okay.
He's lovely, but are we
I
shocked?
don't know if it's Gold Logie, you know. But also some other runner-ups would be Andy Lee,
Yeah.
and also Tony Armstrong.
I wish he won as well.
Tony Armstrong is awesome. There's the one moment when Australia won, was it the World Cup or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he goes absolutely mental with the rest of the Aussie crowd.
Oh
and
yeah, he
it
always.
went all over the world with the news. It was like on US TV, on the UK,
Yeah.
like just Tony Armstrong going nuts over
love him.
Australia winning, which is
I
just
love him.
so good.
I love his little ABC show that he has, which is like Aussie stories.
Yeah.
I love that show so much. He's a great. He's first of all well media trained.
Mm.
He's really good, but he's so nice.
I remember when he first started on ABC in Melbourne. And,
Yes.
like, I'd watch the news in the morning before going
Yeah.
to school, and like it was so early in the morning. Everyone else was like bright, starry-eyed, like we're ready to go, and he was like, "I want to die. I don't want to be here."
For real.
Like
And now look at him.
he's the only one who understands. You know, like this isn't normal. You shouldn't be up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do the news.
no.
Or even that, he's up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, Hell
I'm up that early in City Weeks.
ew, gross.
No one is awake at that time. It's
Well-
like 4 coffees.
Well, that was the Logies, and
It was the
I
news.
pulled my headphones out again. Give me a second. On to our next game. So this is a bit of a new one, but I think it'll be pretty good. The guess a famous movie quote. So guess the line. We'll have a competition between Ella and Jake.
Yep.
The first person to buzz in wins. Jake, what's your buzzer sound?
I'm just go classical.
I like it. Ella,
No, I'm gonna
have you got one?
I don't.
Or we could just say it at the same time.
I'll just. If I think of it, I'm gonna yell at my brain.
We could just do
first
My
one to
brain's
say
just
it.
delayed.
First one to
one to
yell
say
it.
it.
We don't need a buzzer. We don't
You know,
need a
it doesn't
buzzer.
matter. You might beat me. I'm delayed. I'm a bit delayed here.
We'll see. I'm delayed too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're both tired.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Ready as I'll ever be.
First line. Which movie has this famous line of dialogue?
Oh my
You talking to me?
Taxi driver.
god. No,
It's one to Jake.
It's a great scene.
it is.
I can't remember which ones we already talked about. All right. You can't handle the truth.
A Few Good Men.
Yeah, he's gonna get all of these.
He is.
I'm
He's
just like,
Aaron
I know
Sorkin.
the line. I know
I'll
it
have to
from.
find-
I can't think of the title.
We'll have to go through your letterbox and find movies that you haven't seen. This will be impossible.
I'll still
but
know him.
He's seen every movie on the planet.
Yeah, I wish. That's not true. Personally,
Okay.
I'm on the go. I'm on the grind.
Next
On the
one.
grind.
Next one. He's looking at you, kid.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Casablanca.
Yeah, he's gonna win.
That's
I'm sorry.
three.
There's no point even trying.
That's 3. Okay, two more. The last 2 are worth double points.
Oh well, yeah. Okay, that's not gonna help me.
Begin each day like it was on purpose.
Oh.
Can we have a hint? Forrest Gump.
No.
We have a hint.
Ella,
No,
Do you
no,
have-
No, I don't.
I
have
don't
it.
think you've seen this.
I don't think I've seen it.
We have a hint.
I haven't seen it.
Give a hint.
It's a famous line from a movie released in 2005.
Re-released.
Say the line. Again.
Not re-released, sorry, released.
Oh,
Say the line
released.
again.
Begin each day like it was on purpose. The line is spoken by Will
The
Smith.
Pursuit of Happiness.
No.
By Will Smith.
But the line is spoken by Will Smith.
I don't know why I keep thinking Men in Black.
Is it named by-
That's good. That's good. That's good. No, it's
No,
not Men in Black.
I know it's
but
not. I know it's not. But
It's not Hancock.
Is it I, Robot?
It's not.
Is it I Am Legend?
Are you just gonna go through it? No, it's not.
Is it-
oh,
I don't think you'll get this.
No, I will.
I've never heard of this before.
What
Well,
does it
I'm
start with?
searching
What does
it
it start
up.
with? What does it start with?
It starts with an H, and it's not Hancock.
I'm.
Hitch.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I didn't get it, obviously.
Have you
was the-
seen that?
I have not seen it.
Okay, the fact that you even
Wow.
knew it though.
I just know his filmography. I'm not a big Will Smith fan.
But yeah, that's
All right.
crazy.
Final one. Just for Ella.
Just
See if
for
Ella
me.
can get this.
You keep your mouth shut.
This one might be a bit tricky. I don't think I
I
would have
don't think
got
I'm
it.
even gonna get it.
Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Oh, like as if I'm gonna get this right now.
I don't know.
You don't, Jake doesn't know what it
Jake,
is.
you don't know.
Oh my
Jake, I
god.
feel like you
Let's
should know this.
Hint.
Yeah.
1985 it was released.
Back to the Future.
Is
Shut
it-
up, Jake. Yeah, it is.
Is it actually?
It's Back to the Future.
Oh, see, I don't know the quotes
Damn.
from that as well.
That's fair.
Than I usually would.
Not the quote I
Have you
would
got
pick
my
from that
brother in
movie.
here? Have you got what?
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah, that I would have got
Yeah,
straight away.
that's
But if
fair.
you got my brother in here, he would get all the quotes. He would know that one straight away.
No.
Yeah, he is a nerd. Sorry.
You hear that?
Yeah. What a
Jeez.
nerd.
What a
Wow.
nerd.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, cool. That was fun.
Jake won.
Jake won.
He needs a
Cam.
trophy.
Oh, you've got one for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Okay.
They better be hard.
Next time you can ask most of the questions.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll flip.
we'll
Yeah,
rotate. Yeah.
you're just too good.
All right. Pick one.
While I search one up,
Mm.
I want you guys to talk about Film Society stuff.
Yes. So Film Society stuff.
Yes.
We have trivia coming up. It'll be on a Tuesday night at the UCX bar. We don't know which date it will be specifically, but just keep your Tuesdays open, and we will be there.
Keep your eye out on Instagram.
Keep your eye. Yes, everything will be on Instagram at UC Film Society. But last time there were heaps of people there. It was a lot of fun. Try and get some more this time. It'll be really good. We also have the film festival coming up at the end of the semester, which is the big event of the year for the Film Society and the university. Student-run event, of course. But this is for what you think is your best work. Submit your best work, and there are heaps of prizes. You'll probably see a bunch of posters come up for it in not too long around Building 9 and in the concourse. We have heaps of different categories and prizes, but also if you sign up to be a Film Society member for $10 for the rest of the year, you get free entry to the competition, which is great because even one film, I think one category is about $28, I think.
Something like
Depends
that.
on that. It's through
Too much
Film
money.
Freeway. Yeah, it's like $28 or something.
It's not
um,
too expensive, but it can get expensive
it
if you
can-
start
yeah.
submitting more than one, so it's worth getting the membership.
I think I looked at it last time when I was submitting one, and it was like $120 for one film with a couple of categories. So
yeah.
definitely get that
Definitely think about
membership.
getting
I
the
would
membership.
highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Because then you get it completely for free. But I think that's it for the Film Society stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
We've got the Soviet screenings coming up. Keep an eye on Instagram for that one.
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
Our
Just
good
keep your eye
friend
out on Instagram.
Ben will be looking at that. If you want, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. Oh, wrong medium. Whoops. Yeah, but that's it for Film Society stuff.
Cam,
Jake.
to deny our own impulses is to deny the very thing that makes us human.
Oh,
You know this movie?
oh
You've seen it?
yes. I
We've
know
talked
this
about it on the show.
movie. We have.
You're gonna get it. I'll give you a hint if you want.
If he doesn't get it, he's
Hang
gonna
on.
kick
Let
himself.
me think.
No.
Are you searching up the quote?
No, I'm not searching it up. I'm writing notes for Eve, for our
Okay.
editor.
Okay.
I believe you.
Oh. Could I have a hint, please?
It was released in 1999.
Oh my goodness. What's the quote again?
To deny our own impulses is to deny the very thing that makes us human. It's not the most famous quote from this movie.
I watched this recently.
It's not the most famous quote from this movie, but I wanted to choose one that wouldn't give it away. But it's very much in line with the themes of
1999.
this movie.
What studio?
Warner Brothers, I believe.
WB. Okay. It's not helpful. Oh my god, it's on. I've heard of. I swear I watched this the other day. Well, not the other day. Before, like, in the break. I swear I watched it, and I can't think of it.
It's an awesome movie.
What's
It's a
the?
masterpiece.
Who's in the cast?
Might be giving it away.
Okay.
But I'll give you
like a
Lawrence
supporting.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Hmm.
You know who Lawrence Fishburne is?
I do. He plays the dude in John Wick.
Yeah. He also plays
Oh,
dude in another
Matrix.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Cool.
Good job. You got it.
Thank you. Thank you. That was good. That was good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. I like that. I really like that. That was good. Do we want to? We'll do it later down the road. We won't
Do
do it next
what?
week. We'll do another session later down the road.
Oh, yes.
Like the movie Quiet stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
And we can each find from our recent watching
Movie Quiet.
a quote from our recent watching. No,
Okay.
that'll give it away.
That'll give it away because we'll
if you
know.
only watched one movie.
That'll be
Watch
me.
some more movies.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you got to watch like 400 like Jake does every week.
God, I wish.
You wish you could watch 400
You
a
wish
week.
you could watch 400 every week.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Like, I
if you had
would
one
pass
wish
away.
from the genie.
I would pass away. I would pass away.
Well, finally, our final game. A little bit quick pitch.
Woo.
Now, from talking before, we didn't have the greatest ideas, I'll be honest.
No.
But hopefully that can change now. Jake, do you want to think of a genre for us?
Yeah, sure.
Ella, do you want to think of a director?
Okay.
And I will find us an actor. And now, while we're looking for these things, can we play the sponsorship?
I got my genre.
You got your genre.
I've been watching
Alright.
so many science fiction movies
Ooh,
in the
okay.
past week, so I'm going to go with science fiction just because that's literally the only thing on my brain.
Okay. Very cool.
I
Science
feel like it's
fiction.
a very easy genre because anything could be sci-fi.
Well, I think I will go with Mel Gibson as an actor.
Oh, dear.
Just from watching Bird on a Wire a while ago. But it's popped up. It's
Bird on a
really
Wire?
good.
Stuck between
Yeah,
two.
it's from 1990, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like...
Yeah,
It's, like an action comedy.
Yeah.
It's quite good. I liked it.
Yeah, I remember you
Um,
talking about that.
I'm stuck between Christopher Nolan or David Fincher.
Ooh.
David Fincher's science fiction movie would be
It would be cool.
amazing.
Let's do David then.
Let's do David.
Let's
for
do
sure.
David.
All right, let's do Mr. Fincher.
This movie is going to be dark as hell.
Yeah, it will be dark as hell.
Yeah.
Oh well.
No, that's good. I've heard that when he... Well, not I've heard. I know that when the way his directing style is, he'll get hundreds of takes, or not hundreds, but he'll get like heaps and heaps and heaps of takes. And the Social Network, that first scene,
100 takes.
100 takes.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's
There's how many
crazy.
lines of dialogue?
It's a lot of dialogue.
So much.
Um,
It's all dialogue.
There's a scene in Panic Room where literally Jodie Foster just slides something under like a closing door as it closes. Apparently, it took 103 takes.
Whew.
Oh, wow.
And there's some great stories about like on the Gone Girl set. He like stopped in the middle of a take and like went to like an extra in the background, moved him like an inch, and then went back and did another take.
Yeah,
It's insane the way he thinks about, you
I
know.
hope that extra got paid more.
Yeah,
you'd hope
Directors
so.
are not supposed to interact with extras.
yeah. I don't know.
As-
He just sees more than just the actors. He sees the whole.
He
frame,
sees everything.
which is really cool. and what you
He's
want.
just really cool.
Yeah.
As amazing as that is, though, with his filmography, I don't think I'd want to...
You don't want to be on a set with him?
I don't want to have to do 100 takes of one
Yeah.
scene.
Oh my God,
I'm
if
sure,
I would-
I'm sure the camera department loved
I'd
that
go
one.
insane.
It broke so many actors. Like Jake Gyllenhaal famously, like after Zodiac, was like, "Oh my God, I'm done." Like
Yeah,
I,
he kind of took a break too, and he's not taken so many roles after that one.
yeah, he went back and challenged himself more, and I feel like he wanted to push himself more after it. So I think it benefited him in the long run.
It's like when you have too many lolly snakes.
But it-
you're like,
I've got to step
I
away.
can't. I need to step away.
And
This
then you
is
just
too
keep
much.
going.
Too much of a good thing.
Oh, like bullets, like chocolate
Hey,
bullets.
I'll take it. He's one of my favorite directors.
That's fair. For For The Killer.
yeah.
So he used red cinema cameras
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
with light Summilux lenses, which are very expensive but like clinically clean. And then in post, they added things like anamorphic squeezes and flares, and then grain and depth of field. But the way he likes to do it is he has in production the cleanest possible frame,
Mm-hmm.
and then in post production with the most flexibility, he'll add different effects to it, but because he has such a clean slate, there's so much more he can do with it. And I think that's just really cool.
Have you seen The Killer?
I haven't.
It's
No.
so
It's
worth
on my
watching,
list.
dude. You would love it. Like the visual effects that are so minimal, but obviously so critical to that movie are so awesome. And yeah, the cinematography and like, you know, it's insane.
There's a shot from the behind the scenes with like 5 of these cinema cameras just out a window. Like, that's insane.
It's an awesome movie. Totally underrated movie.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix
it's only
exclusive.
Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, well, a sci-fi starring Mel Gibson, directed by David Fincher.
Yeah. I think Fincher would hate Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
Really?
Oh my
I
god.
feel like they would have conflicting minds because Mel's a director himself.
Yeah, he is.
And obviously, you know, has a bit of an ego, clearly.
So what we're saying is this movie's not getting made.
No, it would get made,
gets
but it would
halted
just
in
be
production.
in production for 5 years. But like, I feel like it's one at the end that would just be amazing. You know, one of those ones that's like, oh my god, this production was hell, but it was worth it. Or
was-
maybe the complete opposite.
Yeah, like we'll never know, but
Yeah. It would be totally interesting.
it would be interesting
Mel
to see them in the
Gibson-
same room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
What kind of a sci-fi then would we be going for?
It has to be dystopian.
Oh,
Dystopian?
definitely.
Kind of like Blade Runner,
A little Blade Runner for sure.
with Mel Gibson as a futuristic delivery man. No, we already did this. This is the first one we did.
Make me
With,
think of Death Stranding.
Oh no, I hate that game.
Love that game so much.
No, this is the first one we did with Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
We can't do that again.
I don't know. I like the idea. You're making me think of Blade
Food-
Runner. You're making me think of robots. I like the idea of as Mel
Food
Gibson
delivery.
as
Like
A
a
version
cyborg.
of cyborg AI. I feel like Fincher
Okay.
would do a good commentary on AI
Minority
in our
Report, kind of like
nowadays. What?
like a new AI system, or AI has already been implemented and it's like a driving the main thing that runs this world now.
I think the main thing that runs this world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
I feel like Fincher would want to commentate on where our society's at nowadays, and you know, that's very much, you know, not totally where we're at, but where we're heading.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that would work for the story and would
super cool.
provide some dark themes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he's a cyborg-esque
Yeah.
AI guy.
Yeah.
And what's the main conflict? Who or what do we?
It can't be him gaining sentience.
It can't be. No.
That's too basic.
Is he already sentient?
Yeah, I think.
Could it
Yeah.
be
That's a good
like
choice.
like he experiences a lot of, like he's excluded from a lot of things because he is AI, he is a robot.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Like everyone is Will Smith in I, Robot,
So he's a robot and he gets
or like Hank in
cast from
Detroit.
society because
Because he's
yeah.
and do we want him to exact revenge for that?
Very Detroit Become Human.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
this is becoming very Detroit Become Human.
It's still very cool though.
Yeah.
It's
like
still-
if it's not,
but
he
David
doesn't-
would go that way. He'd go that way. He'd go dark.
That's
Mhm.
true.
He'd even push it even further and probably go darker.
So like the seedy underbelly of this sci-fi futuristic world, where
He creates a rebellion though in that game, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
oh, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends how you play it.
I think
It is
yeah,
depends on
yeah.
how you play it. It's all your choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
But yeah, it's very like kind of dystopian, but also not like bad
Mhm.
kind of I don't know what's the opposite. It's just futuristic
Yeah,
and
yeah.
dark kind of,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there's a lot of upsides and
Yeah, yeah.
very heartwarming.
It's just
kind
like
of stories.
the side of the world we see in that game is dystopian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if he runs is the AI of a food shop?
Food shop.
He's like the main counter of like a
server.
restaurant.
Oh,
Yeah.
a waiter.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow, that's cool.
But he gets mistreated and then decides to leave, but it's not him gaining sentience, it's him like being property of the owner of the restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
and then he frees more AI or something like that.
Mm.
and decides they want to go and live away from this dystopian kind of awful mega city. They want to go and, I don't know, swim with the fish. I don't know.
We have to decide if we want to make him like a kind of like a biblical figure that would like the leader, the messiah of the AI, or maybe just a solo rolling guy that's kind of betraying all the other AI who are complacent with just being treated like, you know, property
Slaves
because they are, and they're programmed for that, and for some reason he isn't. Even though they're all sentient.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's an interesting concept. I don't think if we let's not figure out a conclusion.
Yeah.
Let's leave this open. We can always come back
There's
to
something very interesting about like all robot, because usually these stories are about robots gaining sentience,
it. Yeah.
which means they want to rebel immediately.
But if they
there's
already have sentience
something
and they're a part of
interesting about-
society.
Yeah, robots being sentient but still
Mm.
being complacent
Mm.
to like do their job and like not want to, you know, overthrow the government immediately when they wake up.
The Omnics.
Yeah.
In
So-
Overwatch.
So
Oh
yeah,
my
so there's an
God.
interesting idea about the Mel Gibson character being like the one that wants to do that, but like everyone else kind of like says no, like so he doesn't
Mm.
start a rebellion, and maybe some dark stuff can come from that. Like
So it's
maybe
like
he
a tragedy.
tortures
he,
some-
He slowly learns that it's not. He can't do anything about it.
yeah,
So it's
he just has to accept it.
depressing.
Yeah, but that's something totally that Fincher would make. Fincher loves putting his characters through the ringer and having them learn hard lessons in the hardest way possible. Zodiac is all about, you know, these characters who think they're going to catch the Zodiac killer, and spoiler alert, they don't. You know, it's
yeah.
it's 2.5 hours of these characters going through hell,
What?
and in the end they're broken.
Spoilers.
And I think the Mel Gibson character could do that. He goes through hell to try and start this
Mm.
rebellion, and at the end
He gets broken and ends up.
he has to sit with his place in society.
Yeah.
So I actually really like that.
Very cool. What should we call it?
That's a good question.
Something. I'm thinking something poetic,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
not too
On the
far
nose.
flung. But also nothing that's like AI awakening.
Yeah, nothing
Something
that's
like-
too like
Nothing that
is-
says what it is.
Yeah, nothing that what states what it is, what the
Yeah.
genre is. Something that's
Something
just
about
kinda,
something have to do with awakening's good.
Yeah. Awakening.
I mean, you can
Rude
do it
awake-
as just
rude
a
awakening.
rude awakening.
Rude awakening.
I mean, you can
That
do
sounds
like,
like a comedy.
Yeah, it does.
It could be. I'm thinking like the where he wants to escape to, where
Oh,
does
yeah.
he want to leave? Where does he want to leave? And then like I don't know, like a butterfly
Mm.
something
Yeah,
like
there
that.
can be a place that he references constantly in the film to these other AI that he's trying to recruit.
yeah,
the fields,
butterfly
Paradise.
fields.
paradise. Lead them to paradise.
It's like, oh,
Yeah, I like it. Lead them to paradise.
Lead them to paradise. Let's do it.
Led them to paradise.
Let them
or leading them to paradise.
to paradise.
to paradise.
Isn't
Yeah,
that the name of a book?
I feel like it is.
Let me just ask Mr. Google.
It's a novel by the guy that wrote A Little Life, I believe. Sorry.
Yes, it is a novel. Okay. What if it's just lead them to paradise? Leading them to paradise. Following. Walking. Wandering. Complaining.
Complaining to paradise.
Complaining to paradise.
Um,
Genuinely just a little bit annoyed.
Paradise.
Paradise. Okay.
Paradise on its own.
Yeah.
I think that's just like, it's not like,
Yeah.
it's not bad, but like it's like good enough.
Yeah.
It's the standard. We'll set that as the
Yeah, it's a good
yeah.
working title, but like it makes sense because like Paradise to Mel Gibson's character is getting away to paradise, but like you could see that this
But there is
society
no
they're already
paradise.
in
It's a
could be a version of
lie.
paradise to
That's the whole
Yeah.
point.
the robots.
It's all about perception and the human experience.
Yeah.
Whoa, I feel like every English teacher ever.
Every
Um,
we need some good torture scenes though.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Fincher loves a good
Torturing
torture
humans?
scene.
Yeah.
Or the robots.
Oh, one
Both.
or the other, both. Why not both?
Yeah.
Well, he is tortured by his owner, so he
So he
tortures,
tortures
other
humans.
robots' owners.
Yes.
Yeah.
He knows what he knows.
Revenge, dish best served cold. I don't know.
Is
what I'm
that
talking
the
about.
tagline?
Yeah. Revenge
Just
is
revenge.
a dish best served.
No, I think that's actually such a fresh take
Al
on the
dente.
on the AI robot genre though. What we came up with.
Mm.
Like, because it's literally what I said is all about them like waking up and they're like, oh my god, we have to take down this whole society, and they all come together.
It's breaking the cliche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're
I
already
like it.
sentient, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Mm.
cool.
So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Paradise. There it is,
I would-
coming to a theater in
Paradise.
Do anything for a new David Fincher movie.
45 years, maybe. Studios, you know how to you know how to reach us.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for that episode. This episode, not that episode. This episode. Next week, let's talk about next week just a little bit. Just,
Yes.
Very
just a
excited
little
for
bit,
next week's
because
episode.
if you guys are keen for next week, we are going to be doing a deep dive on a film called Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. We will also have a special guest in who we're not going to say just yet. New guest. But yes, we're going to be deep diving Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl, a coming of age film from the year that I tend to forget quite often.
2015.
I wanna say, was it
2015. Fun fact, it was made as a homage to Mr. Scorsese.
Oh, really?
So the director of this film worked under Scorsese as like a writer / producer kind of guy, and this was made as like a everything that he was taught by Scorsese is like this is for him. Jake,
That is actually kind of
Jake
crazy.
is losing his
No, I'm reading
mind
the
right now.
the biography right now. He began his professional career as a personal assistant. This is
There
the
you go.
director to Martin Scorsese, Nora Ephron, Robert De Niro, and Alejandro Inarritu, who made like Birdman and
Yeah.
that's crazy. I can't wait to watch
Yeah.
this even more.
Oh
now.
my god,
find-
this is gonna be so good.
After this, I'll find you.
5-star masterpiece.
I'll find an interview for you.
5 stars.
Yeah.
But this genuinely is one of my top 5 favorite films ever.
I've read the book,
So
and I know the book has to do with like a film nerd.
yes,
So I'm
yes,
already
yes,
kind of like connected
it's-
feel connected to it.
it's a connection that I really
yeah.
I found, and I first watched this in, I think it was year 12 in media studies, and it was like after everyone in the class came out and was like, "Oh my goodness, this was the best thing that we've like ever seen in the history of
Cinema.
watching movies in class."
Have you seen that at all?
I have not.
Yeah.
Cameron has been talking about it a lot though.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I'm
I'd
excited
talk
to,
about
I
it.
think
He
we're all gonna
loves
like
it.
it.
It's a good
I
one.
think
It's
I
a good
will
movie.
like it
Yeah.
because we
Mm.
watched the trailer, and
Yeah.
I think I might have seen it back in 2015 because my sister would have seen it,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't have retained anything.
It's got a great cast.
I was a child.
It does.
I
It
love
has a
Olivia
really
Cook.
good
She's
cast.
so good in House of
Yes.
the Dragon.
Yes.
It also has. Wait.
Nick Offerman?
What's this? Yeah, Nick Offerman.
yeah.
Ron
He's
Swanson.
one of the best side characters in this movie.
It's got John Bernthal,
So
the
good.
Punisher. Love him. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
So get excited.
Get keen.
I'm keen to talk about it. I'm keen to see what you guys think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this episode.
All right. Bye.
That's a wrap.
See ya.